Maybe we can start our conversation with the most obvious question. Why is life so often being referred to as a game?
To me, life is a game because it involves players,
Mm-hmm.
it involves rules, and it involves obvious outcomes. The choices we make in our lives, it's like in a game. It's how quick you can think on your feet will determine the best possible outcome. And hence, to me, life is a game.
Mm-hmm. You're talking about choices and also decisions, because choices and decisions go so much hand in hand with the
Yes.
decision, with your life and the track of your life and how your life is about to go.
Yeah, and just though I think also just to add to what Renee said previously, that it involves being a player, it involves outcomes, and those to reach those outcomes, certain strategies has to come into play, certain build out goals that are being set in order to achieve that outcome. And like it's previously stated by, I think Nani, or was it me, that the basic framework of this analogy is boundaries and objectives. And you have to set these boundaries, you have to set these objectives, and it takes so much. I'm just reminded of when you have to prepare for a game in order to play it. What do you have to go through? What are you have to practice. There are things that you have to remind yourself on a daily basis through the whole process of preparing yourself for the game that you initially have to go play and compete against, or compete with the next player or the next team. There are things that you have to go through, and these are a lot of things. And what are these things at the end of the day? So it's up to us as players of this life, of this game, to identify all of these, I should say, aspects in order to attain what it is what the outcome would be at the end of the day.
What came to my mind while you were talking now is, you were talking about preparation. And what came to my mind is, so often in life we don't prepare.
Exactly.
But it's so imperative to prepare and have a goal and have a vision to ultimately live a well-fulfilled life.
Exactly, in options, because I see a lot of things. I see how you have to have, I'm seeing this small boxes of packages that you have to prepare, and you have to, because the only way that you'll be able to prepare those small packages and boxes in order to unpack them and use them for whatever strategy you have to plan is if you have done research, if you have read, if you have learned, if you have observed, if you have gone out and take risks and you have learned to do things. But if you don't, as a matter of fact, who are you at the end of the day? Because we have to be winners.
And research doesn't have to, because whenever we hear the word research, we think it's so academic and intellectual. Research is basically just finding out from other
Information.
people. Exactly. How did it go with you when you did this and that? Do you understand? And it's so important. Research is it's such an important aspect in life in general.